Now, you're ready.
Hi guys, we're here doing our well-formed outcome for our women's bootcamp training elite. This is the all-in group for Team Take Massive Action. We're an Empower Network, and we're really happy to be here in Empower Network. I have to look up at the camera because I'm always looking at myself, but let me look up at the camera at you guys. All right, so today we have our lovely Greta Campagnolo. Is that correct?
Campagnolo, yeah.
Campagnolo, and I also don't know how to pronounce Jamie's last name.
Amstutz. Just the way it's spelled.
And my
Amstutz.
name's Lisa Burnham. So we're all just getting to know each other, and we're all very excited about this process that we've entered in on, because Layla is just stoking our fire like crazy. I don't know about you guys, but she's stoking my fire big time. I really just every moment, like more and more and more, the more things that she brings to our table and teaches us how to be communicators and leaders and get confidence. Like was my takeaway from today. What I heard about was just learning how to utilize the confidence that we're getting. Like, what are we going to do with all this confidence, you know? And so putting it into these videos is really, really going to be powerful for everybody. I've been making a lot of videos lately. I don't know what Jamie and Greta have been doing, but I personally have been really into the video thing. Kind of finding my personality there. It's kind of fun. So we're going to start talking with Greta about her well-formed outcome questions. There are 6 questions, and a couple of them have multiple parts, so we're going to get going. We're going to dive right into Greta's goal. What does Greta want? Now, this is as specific as you can get, because what I've been taking away from watching these other ones is that we want some money we want money numbers. We want to know what you need and how long it's going to take you and what your realistic goals are.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was quite a process, but I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed the process, and I'm probably going to be looking down a lot to my answers because it just started flowing once I started going through the questions, and I'd watched the one that Layla had done with Erica, I believe. It was Erica. And yeah, that was just great. Very powerful and moving and inspiring. And so I got what it was all about. And because we did the one with you, Lisa, as well. And
yeah, you're in a safe place.
Yeah.
Is what you have to know.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So what are your goals? What do you want? What are you going to get out of being part of this group, Greta, this Empower Network, Women's Elite?
Well, what I've always wanted for as long as I can remember is to simply make a difference in this world and make a difference in adding value to other people's lives, and I want to help others achieve inner contentment, happiness, and their own personal sense of freedom, because I believe that everybody's is different. I want to inspire others to see the value within themselves. I want to help them break down barriers, allowing them to love themselves, in turn creating harmony within their personal and outer relationships. I want to bring peace to their lives. I want to help others increase their belief systems, heightening and strengthening their levels of achievement, increasing their self-worth, increasing their awareness of the capabilities of the levels at which they can reach, because I believe that everybody is born in this world with gifts, not just one gift, but many gifts. And sometimes for whatever reason, maybe because of the way that they grew up, you kind of unfortunately lose touch with that at some point. And so that's what I want. I want to be able to reach other people and affect themselves individually, and then sort of butterfly towards the other people in their lives. And
okay, so you have a big goal, and you want to reach a lot of people. So how do you think you're going to be able to achieve that goal, to reach all these other people? How are you going to do it? Because that's a big goal. Now, making money, is that a part of that? Like, how is Empower Network
well, I believe that
going
Empower
to help
Network,
you do that?
I believe that Empower Network is this vehicle that is going to give me that opportunity. I've been sort of floating around in my life and coming across these people, unfortunately, that seem to be more in that victim state that I can't seem to. I give my energy to people that just maybe aren't ready or don't want it. And what I love about the Empower Network is that it's attracting, and it attracts these people that may be struggling but are in a place that have a high teachability index. They have a high willingness to learn. They have a drive. They have a huge why, and they're motivated to just change and to learn and to pay attention to what's happening here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just believe that this is where I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with Empower Network.
Jump in too, Jamie.
I'm sorry?
I'm saying, like, if you feel like you want to guide her or say something, like, because you were helpful with me, like, I think you should be able to interject as well.
Okay. One thing that I'm noticing is that is a very broad want that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to do yourself justice right now in this exercise, we need to get you to focus on what is it that you want that's going to allow you to give all of this, because that's really a gift you're giving, but what is it that's going to get you to that place where you can give that gift?
Right.
So what is it that where do you see Greta going where she has the ability to share that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I think sort of that I get into that more in the other questions below, with sort of how I'm going to achieve this and how I'll know when I've achieved it, and just sort of
so how will you know?
How will
do that one then? How will you know?
Well, I have to personally start seeing success first. Like I know, like for instance, even with the products, for instance, or the training that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna promote something unless I've experienced it or I actually have it myself.
Right.
And I guess my goal goes towards making a difference in people's lives and inspiring them and helping them get to this place, because that's what I've gotten out of this, and I'm heading there. I'm going down that road. That's what really, really resonates with me with Empower Network is what it is giving me, the fuel that it is giving me, and the personal growth is so huge with this. And that journey, it's open to anybody who takes that opportunity. Yes, I do need to personally experience more of that myself before, and learn more myself of the how-tos, and
Okay, so that's what you need then. That's part of the resources question.
Yeah.
It's how and how. That's the how. Because we're doing the.
How will I know I've
do a
achieved
clear, and in your mind, the clear way that you're going to help those people, is it through Empower Network, or do you have another whole plan that we don't know about?
It's through Empower Network.
Okay. because I have a lot of masterminds and plans and stuff too, and it doesn't always include Empower Network. And you know, it's like you also need to remember that there was a you before Empower Network, and so the platform is Empower Network. That's what is going to get you there, because it's going to give you the financial freedom. Remember, because that's my goal, is the financial freedom to be able to do A, B, C, and D. Okay. Yeah. So, and I see exactly how I'm going to get there, because I'm setting it up, right? I'm making it happen. I'm watching it before me happen. So you are saying, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. So what do we need to do to help you get there? Like, what do you need now? Do you need practice making videos? Do you need help writing blogs? Do you need to outsource stuff? Do you need help organizing? Like, what do you need?
I need to focus on income producing activities, and I need to know exactly what they are. I need to know, you know, I need to create that 1, 2, or 3 hours that I have in the day to be pumping out income producing activities, because I feel like I've been putting in so much time into areas where it's like the computer and the internet world is like, you know, even if you hadn't suffered from ADD before, you're going to.
Oh yeah, it really makes it work.
Oh, that's a good way to put it, Greta. Hey, okay, so Greta, can I ask a question then?
Yeah.
So you understand that you need to develop this new internet muscle, basically internet marketing muscle, right?
Mm-hmm. But where you're not attracted to shiny objects,
right? And your focus is laser sharp. But there's got to be something in that development, right? That's you want. That's going to begin the process of reaching that big, huge goal of yours. So yes, you want to learn, but what will happen, say financially, because I think, you know, we all can relate to that. Financially, what would you say the income amount would be attached to that process that gets you going in that direction? Does that make sense? So that you're saying you need to do income producing activities, but what is the income you're looking for?
Oh,
you know,
make it really a number.
Sorry, make it a number? Is that what you're saying?
Make it a number. Make it something significant that you can say, this is my goal.
Yeah, well,
because this is the thing. This is the thing, Greta. If you're thinking so big, and I think big too, but if you think really big and then you're trying to chip away at it and do it, it becomes this really ominous and overwhelming feeling of, I'm never going to get it all done. And I know that feeling so well. It sucks. It keeps you up at night, gives you anxiety attacks, crying moments, and you're just like, you know, and Phil, I mean, it's always like, don't freak out. Like, you're going to, you know, and you need somebody to say that to, like, don't freak out. You're going to be able to get it done.
But it's a one foot in front of the other process.
What do you need to do? And it's not, oh, I want to make a fabulous life for myself. It's like, yes, we all want to do that. Okay? But what is it that you seriously need? Because I know Phil and I say, okay, if you made $10,000 a month, Lisa, that would be like ridiculoso at this point. Okay? And that seems really possible if I can really get my shit together and make it happen. Okay, and it's like Layla was saying, or whoever it was, you've got to almost convince yourself that you're convinced.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if you're not convinced and you're still trying to do it, then your goal isn't set. Like there was some gal saying, I said to myself, I think I said it on the video when we were doing it, not this coming Chicago, but from that one to the next one, I feel like it's different. Because the green seahorse was pulling me down, and now I'm focused. I'm like a grasshopper. I'm just like in there, you know, and my office is being made around me. It's like, what do you need? Like, I needed an office. Phil is giving me my office. What do you need? Because make it happen. And write it down and decide exactly what the things are that you are going to need. You need Lisa to help you with Google Drive? Fine, write it down. You need Jamie to help you make a Google Hangout, whatever. Make it happen. Because there's a list. It's fucking huge. And if you don't start chipping away at it, we're not going to get you to whatever your goal is.
Yeah.
You know? And it really is overwhelming. And I've learned to just start chipping away at the little things and letting the rest go for the moment.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I definitely need to make at least $10,000 a month.
Well, there's a starting point.
With my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would make a big impact. Say that to yourself.
Say that would make a big impact?
Yes.
$10,000 a month would definitely make a big impact. And
okay.
So
good. We're making progress here, right, Jamie?
Yes. Okay, so now we know 10,000 a month. That's you have to have a first step to that grand plan that you have. You have a beautiful plan.
Yeah.
But that's that's not a 3-month or a 6-month plan. That's a long range goal.
Right.
And right now we're working on getting from point A, which is where we're standing, to maybe 3 months or 6 months from today. And so what do you want in that time frame? And your income goal is the thing that's a good measuring stick of, are you headed in the right direction?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry,
Does that make sense?
Sorry. Isaiah, please go to bed. Yeah, you need to get in your room and close your door.
Jamie, were you in Austin?
I was.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Were you in San Diego? Were you
No.
No. Did you know about it back then?
No.
Last summer?
No.
Yeah, because this is pretty. I mean, I feel like a newbie. I feel like it's okay to be in the newbie zone with this for like a while. Can I just say that? Because there is so much to figure out and process, and we only have as many hours in the day.
Lisa.
Yeah.
We're going to focus now.
Yes.
I love you.
Okay, get back to Greta.
But poor Greta needs to take care of her kids, and I don't want to keep her forever.
Okay. I just want to say as well, I didn't get to watch because I still can't find the recording from the actual boot camp.
I know.
So I haven't watched that, and
that.
I think that watching that would probably have helped me a little bit more with.
I searched for it.
It's not on the TTMA website?
I searched there.
You know what? You guys keep talking. Keep focusing. I'm going to look for it real quick.
Okay.
I'm here, but I'm looking.
Okay, good. So you're gonna make this happen. You're gonna try and make your income happen, and you need other people. You need other people to do it. Let's talk about the advantages and the disadvantages of hitting your goal, because I think you've got a lot of family dynamics going on, and we have to sort of, and you're gonna, like, the advantages. When you hit that goal, what's gonna make it worth it?
Well, I want to start with the disadvantages.
Okay, cool. Good.
Because I want to end with the advantages.
Okay.
Good idea.
So you've thought about it. Good.
My disadvantages would be obviously the time commitment that it's going to take, and just having to take time away from the kids. It's hard for me to help the kids understand at their age, like they do have, I do involve them a lot in what I'm doing, and I do, but there's only so much that they can really grasp and understand, and the time that I need to put into this and to understand, okay, like, and I need to move my situation as well where I am, because my computer on my desk is in the dining room.
Well, that's helped me a lot. You've got to find a place where you can focus.
It's just not working. And so anyways, let's stick with the disadvantage. So basically, for me, that's my strongest and my weakest sort of part of me, is taking that time away and
there's two things.
And having to travel and go to the events and know that I need to leave all of them at home. in order for me to be there, be present, and really get as much out of those events as I possibly can. And so yeah, I have these a little bit of some barriers to work with because
sure, you have to know.
I have had issues around, okay, well, if I do this and then something happens, like, would I be able to live with myself?
So there's a couple things going on here. There's a little bit of guilt. One of the disadvantages is sort of the guilt that you're going to feel. And a lot of the other women, I mean, this is a discussion that's definitely going on in this group. I've been finding it, and I am right along in there. I mean, everybody's got different age kids and autism, and every single thing, is coming into this. But it's like the general sense is that, there's a lot of time management involved here, and as there is with kids. So we have to balance that time. Yeah. And I was talking to Jamie about balance. With me, it's a lot about balance. Yeah. And I think that there's that's a real issue, is feeling like you're giving them your time and feeling like you're putting the time into it, and that's a big disadvantage, is if you're not genuine about the time you spend, it's going to affect it, and it's going to affect how fast you roll along, and I've been doing it full time a lot, and I'm still not as far along as I think I'd like to be because of whatever reasons, are mine. It's just really, big process. Yeah. So I think taking everything one step at a time is really important. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're going to have to come to terms with some separation stuff with the kids, and knowing that they're okay is also a big thing, and maybe your partner, and you have to be that loving mirror for each other. Because I'll tell you something similar. When I was in Austin and I found some girlfriends and I was having a really good time, and I was just having a great time, and for Phil, I think that was really hard for him, for me to be in the city and be who I am, and people are attracted to me, so I it's just like this feeding of energy that goes out and comes back, and I'm really receptive to it, and he knows that. And there's just a lot of fun that I can have, and and when you go to the event, you'll feel that too. It's this energy, it's this amazing feeling, and you're not that mom, you're not like that wife anymore, you're just yourself. And that in itself is so empowering, and he can't understand that because he's not there. And you're not even going to be able to relay that to him. And that's a big barrier. And when I came home from that party, he was like, we had to talk. So you're going to have to figure out a lot of those issues along the way. Yes, dear Jamie.
Let's try and stay on point, girls. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm
No, you know what, though?
The mother hen, and I don't want to be that person. But
well, I think what I got out of what Layla was doing a little bit was sort of, interjecting and kind of helping her work through these a little bit. Because it's almost like, yes, let's move on to the value thing, though. The meaning and the value. I mean, you already gave us a little bit of that, just the general really wanting to help people. But you haven't sort of told us, what's going to be achieved by you sort of setting time aside to start helping other people. Because that takes a lot of time, and it's sort of like, that's going to be, I want to hear the advantages of hitting your goal. What are the, too, because
yeah,
I want to hear the good stuff that you're psyched about.
Well, now that things have kind of shifted for me, because I feel like I have to redo the whole process because
no, you just have to keep going through it.
Because mainly my ultimate first goal, of course, is to take care of myself and my family.
Right.
And then reach and then broaden my reach.
How about Greta? How about this? Why don't we start from the top, off the cuff, with your main first goal? How does that sound?
Sure.
Just going through the questions from the top, based on that immediate first goal. Does that make sense? And you can do it off the cuff. You know what's important to you and your family.
Yeah.
Right? Does that sound right?
Yeah, I might get a little bit personal.
That's all right.
No, that's what you want to. We want you to do.
That's why we're here.
We want you to dig deep, and re-look at things, because it's the process. It's all about the process.
Okay. Well, I guess what I can go back to is my number one goal with this would be to just get a hold of our financial situation. I have oh, sorry. It's just tough.
That's not good.
Initially, a little over a year ago, I was introduced to a network marketing company, and sort of under the impression that I could get myself sort of on a better track financially with this program, and it ended up, being a wonderful product that has really saved one of my kids' lives. But so I can't really put a price on that. I'm happy for what I got out of it. But it didn't do anything for me financially, and I really put a lot of heart and soul into it for a good year. And I just recently myself, as you, Lisa, finally just said, I can't be putting any more time and energy into this. Like 10%, earning 10% is just not going to do it for me. Like I don't want to wait 10 years. I don't want to wait until one of my kids is out of the home. Like I want to create the life for my family now, like today, yesterday. I've been struggling financially. I've been on what we call income assistance here, which would be like, I guess, welfare, and for way too long. And started when I was, I don't know, maybe a couple years after I became a single parent, and just, God, they make it hard to get off. Really, it's just, I can't earn anything extra. I have literally saved I have all my checks in an envelope because I just can't, I can't cash them because I just don't want them, because they'll just take every single cent. I can't make anything extra on top of what they give me. I can't make anything, not 1 cent. They just take it off my check, and it's just, well, I worked hard for those pennies. And I want to be able to use them to put food on my table. I don't want to eat at the food bank anymore. And like, I don't want.
Keep it coming.
I don't want my kids to. I want them to be successful, and I need to be that for them, to see it and to be able to do it as well. I need to set them up for success. I can't continue to do this anymore.
Right. You're doing awesome, kiddo. This is good. This is what we wanted you to. This is what this is all about. This is getting to this part. This is the important part. You're doing awesome. And that is the best, most admirable goal there is to be a good example for your children and create that space for them.
Yep.
And you know what? Assistance is designed to keep people stuck, and you're changing that for your family. So just keep at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to be here to watch you. Yeah.
And help you.
Yeah. And be by your side.
So number 2, I bet that's an easy question to answer now, right?
How will I know once I've achieved this goal?
Yeah. How will you know?
I can tell them to fuck off.
There you go.
That's what we want to hear. Woo-hoo. Good girl.
And just go in that office and just say, see you later.
There you go.
Take your money and put it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah, we're going to get you there. And then you're going to be able to provide for your family. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a hard place to be in, because I understand when people, work under the table and do things like that, and people can look at the people who are doing that and look down and frown upon them, and it's like, you don't know what it's like until you're in that place, and you need to feed your family, and and people start doing things that they could never even imagine themselves doing, because they got to do it to survive, and it creates, it can create so many negative things in the world, and yeah, I'm always open about it, and every time I go there and or people ask me, or I'm going to get food stamps or whatever, and it's just, well, what's your situation now? And I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of going in there with my head down and going, yeah, well, it's still the same.
Well, I got to say something here just to lighten the mood for just a second, because let me just bring it all into perspective for you. You have a story. There's your story. There's a story. And this is all about us all figuring out what our story is and telling our story. And from when I first found out about the whole Empowered Network thing, the whole concept, I was always like, okay, I got a story, but like, how does it come out? And it's like, your story's totally emerging right there with, just even you uttering the words like food stamps and welfare, and those are just huge words. Huge. Not even just on a blog post or whatever, but just you're being able to come clean with that as your story, as your issue, your purpose. You're that's a struggle. That's a real thing, and on so many levels, and so many people are totally able to relate to that. It's ridiculous, and that's the crux of the whole reason why Empowered Network was created, is for people exactly like you. So it's like, it comes full circle. So you have to see the power in you being able to talk about it. Little by little, it'll start to come out easier, but it really, really is powerful. Don't you think? You know what I'm saying, Jamie?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's absolutely very powerful, and just knowing how important your family is to you, and seeing how painful it is for you to share that part of you. We've heard a million stories of people in the same boat, on the verge of bankruptcy, on welfare, single moms. I have my own niece who's in that same situation in North Carolina, and it's very easy to get stuck in that place. And I tell her what I will say to you right now, and you already know this, but she doesn't yet. And what I'll say is, what example is that for your children? You need to figure out what and how you're going to change this and break the cycle, because you are living in a place, well, she is anyway, I don't know about where you are, but she's living in a place where that is common. Mm-hmm. And it's not a big deal. These people think it's okay to be on welfare and calling themselves, horrible names, and they think, oh, it's funny, state's paying for this, and it's very sad when people get to her place, She's not where you are. I wish to God that she was where you are right now, Greta, and seeing that she wants more for her family.
Yeah.
She'll get there, but when, who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you that you want something more and you can get it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really true. It's really
Absolutely.
true. Yeah. You know, and everybody's and you got to just find the successes too in what you're achieving just by being here, you know, is a big achievement, you know. And everybody's at a different place. So it's hard to not compare yourself, and that's, I think, the not having the self-confidence is worrying about what other people think. And that's that quote. Was it you guys or whoever? Yeah. You know, don't worry about what other people think, because your story, it's what makes you strong. You know, it's what brings value to what you're trying to do. You know, because it's just for you. So let's get back to the questions, right?
Yes.
So
we're number 3. We're on number 3.
When and where do I want to achieve this goal?
Yesterday's not the answer.
I know I haven't been doing what I need to be doing every day, and like this, being a part of this group with you guys and having you guys as my accountability partners is so huge. Like, I can't believe that. You know, when I came in, I thought the Empower Network, sorry, I'm going a little bit off, but when I came in, I thought the Empower Network was the best thing on the planet. And then, you know, and then I met my team and Team Synergy, and I'm so, like, elated with my sponsor. Like, I just love her to pieces, Sarah Dash, and she lives in Switzerland. And I just think that's the coolest thing in the world, you know, where I can connect with all these people and connect with them on such a high level so quickly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and then there came Team Take Massive Action, and then Layla breaks out with this woman's team, and I'll go back to that later, because that's another thing for me that's just so huge.
It is like a whirlwind, though.
And it just keeps getting better. I'm like, how can it get any better than this?
Wait till go to the event. Oh my God, they're like off the hook.
Yeah.
That's just that, especially the difference between every event, right? And how exponentially each event has just been better and better and better. And Austin, like, was so much fun, and now the women's thing, I mean, I don't even, like, know what's going to happen. I feel like it's going to be this, like, tribal drum pagan circle thing. I know, something, like, crazy. It's just, like, I can feel the fever brewing.
We're going to start walking on hot coals or something crazy.
It's gonna get cosmic, I'm telling you.
So back on the question, when and where do you want to achieve your goal?
$10,000 a month.
Okay.
That's my goal now, right?
All right. So when and where?
I just don't know how to sort of.
Could you do it? Do you think you could do it in a year?
Oh, I would definitely want it to happen before then.
You want to do before a year? Okay.
Oh yeah, I want it to be within like 6 months.
Okay.
Pick a date. Let's pick a date right now.
Okay, wait.
Where are we? March? Okay, October.
Well, I mean, I have a baby on the way too. I want to get things pumping before this baby gets.
When's the baby due?
I don't even know when I got pregnant, so I think around September, October.
Okay.
So it's March, April, May.
You're already
like right when the baby comes, it'll be like, happy birthday!
There you go.
$10,000. I don't know, September 8th.
All right. September 8th. I'm writing it down right now.
2013, September 8th. That's my son Ethan's 5th birthday.
Okay. All right. And where will you be?
I'll be with my family.
Will you still be living in the same place? Will you have moved when you get to that point?
I don't really care where I'm living. We fortunately enough, there's, problems with our house, but we have like an acre of land and have a pretty good sized home, and I wouldn't care if I was here. It wouldn't really matter where I am. It's just kind of where I want to be within myself. And if I happen to be living somewhere else, I happen to be living somewhere else. But I also don't like moving very much. So I've moved so many times since I've been on the island, like 8 or 9 times. So I wouldn't mind just kind of being where I am and creating a home out of where we are right now.
Yeah, and you can bring more. I mean, what seems like would be great for you, it seems like some other goals that would be good for you to look at are sort of how you're going to achieve this goal. Are you going to be able to do it all by yourself?
No, definitely.
Or are you going to need other people? I mean, that's one of the questions. And I want you to really think about that, because not only do you need this women's group, and not only do you need us 3 now, our little mastermind sessions, but you're going to need people right near you, and you're also going to need to do some outsourcing. You're going to have to really learn about outsourcing, because that's key to this business and your situation, and that's, I think, something that I can help you a little bit with that and head you in certain directions. But delegating is not easy to do, because when you're a superwoman, you think you can do everything. And I
don't want to necessarily do it all.
Right. So making some clear cut, like, how am I going to do this? How are you going to do it? Tell us now.
I definitely need support from my partner, support from you guys and my team and my sponsor and everybody, the community and the Empower Network, of course, and that I have. And
now you're going to want to also be looking for free resources too, because you're a seriously budget conscious marketer at this point.
Oh yeah.
So being realistic about, reaching out into the community and using a lot of your voice and your free stuff, your Facebooky, friendy, free stuff. So knowing that certain methods and techniques are going to be better for you than others.
Yeah.
And being able to also decide if you're going to allot money towards it. All those specifics are part of these resources that you have to really tune into making happen. And that's what taking massive action is about. Don't you think, Amy? It's like making those big decisions is taking massive action, and then really putting them into action, and deciding.
I was attempting to listen to the bonus Inner Circle with Chris Record. Mm-hmm. The first one. I don't know if you guys have listened to it.
I haven't heard it yet.
I don't think I've heard it yet either. Yeah.
What it's mostly focused on are income producing activities, and how Team Take Massive Action is so well known for all the free advertising and things that they
resources.
Yeah. Totally. So I'm kind of excited to finish listening to that and find out where those are and how to use them.
101 Ways. That's the one that's really that one is awesome too. I did listen to that one, and it has 100 ways. It's really good for note taking and tips and learning about all different stuff. So definitely listen to that one as well. There's a PDF attached to it, and you can literally print it out and look at it, and there's like a whole list, and then you can take notes on. There's a good long. It's just a voice recorded one, but it's a really good, lots of good nuggets in that. Just just figure it all out. So let's see. So we have some. Okay, so now I don't think we did the disadvantages. We know those.
Well, that was for the previous task, what she was thinking of before. We started over, remember?
Right.
So she get to disadvantages.
So we were just at number 4, achievable. What resources do I need to make this happen?
Right.
And now we're on.
What do you need? What do you need to do to make it happen?
I need to take massive action. I need to just start doing. When I listen to the training, I need to take my notes, which I always do, but then I need to take those notes and put them into action immediately.
Yes.
And if it takes up, 2 hours to do that, and I only have, another, or if I don't have an hour that day, then I need to start the next hour the next day with those activities. I don't know. I need to figure out my income producing activities every day. I need to do that for at least an hour every single day.
Right.
Because my time is limited, but I also need to learn. I need to know what to do.
I know.
So.
That's definitely the trick, is learning and doing all at the same time.
Yeah.
One good tool that I find helpful is to listen to training right before you go to bed, because then your brain has time to work on it while you're sleeping.
That's a good idea.
And it just kind of plants the seeds in your head, and nothing too exciting, because then it'll keep you up at night. But
so then doing the listening and the learning right before bed, then waking up, and then doing your income producing activities, and then ending off with your doing it that way.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, that may or may not work for you, but I think that it does kind of plant things in your head, so you can kind of mull them over, in your subconscious, and then when you get up in the morning, you've got some thoughts, and you can do some stuff with that.
I love doing that. Actually, since I've been with the Empower Network, and as of lately, like, I have these crazy dreams of like holding like wads of cash in my hands and actually physically seeing it and counting it, and
wow,
it's amazing.
That's so really cool.
Awesome.
Okay, use that. That's really cool. That's a really empowering like imagery.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like an imagery hound. Like, I'm always looking for imagery, and like that's really good. So we want to do the last part of this. We want to do is when you achieve your outcome. Okay, what's it going to mean to you? And we heard
we're skipping again, Lisa. You skipped again, so we got to go back. She's still on question 4. She's on question number 4, number 3.
Yeah. Can I achieve this alone, or do I need other people to make it happen? That's the one that we're on, right?
That's the one we're on.
So yeah, I definitely, like I said, I need support in my own personal family and my unit here, and from you guys, my accountability partners, and Team Synergy, the women's team. I mean, it's all there. It's completely accessible at any time I need to reach out. I'll just keep it in me.
Yeah.
So,
Disadvantages.
Disadvantages.
This one's kind of a hard one, because you have to look at the negative side of reaching that big goal of yours, and there's always something negative, but we don't always think about it, but it is in the back of our mind, and it's something that actually holds us back. So from
that's what
reaching
she was
the
touching
goal.
on.
Yeah.
She was touching on it before with the whole family and the time management thing, and I think that's a huge one. I don't know if there's maybe more pieces to that, because that does seem to have a lot of emotion for her, right? And that would hold you back.
I mean, that's my basic disadvantage. There's more, where was it? More challenges that I have to, personal challenges that I have, barriers that I have, and that's different than disadvantages to me, I think. But maybe it is a disadvantage. I don't know.
If it stops you, it's a disadvantage.
Yeah. Well,
Can I just ask a question?
yeah.
Do you think this is the same thing as who am I trying to please by not succeeding? Does this have a similar ring?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Really?
That's where I was
Because I wrote a lot on that, and I got to some core things in my own things and stuff, and I was just looking at my notes, and I was like, what is it like? Think about that, Greta. Like, who would you listen to the question? Who are you trying to please by not succeeding? In your mind, who would it would be okay if I didn't succeed because
my family.
Why?
Well, my sister, for instance, is, yeah.
So not your kids. You're saying your sister.
Yeah.
You're equal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's the one I fear most telling her that I'm pregnant, because there has just been this jealousy throughout our whole lives, and she has a lot of jealousy issues towards me, and I don't like to hurt her, but whatever success I have in whatever way, in whatever form in my life,
Mm-hmm.
hurts her.
I can relate to that really well. Yeah.
And I know my brother would be over the moon, because he hates to see me struggle.
Mm-hmm. So an advantage, he would be on the advantage side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then my parents are struggling. And they put a lot of guilt on me they have a hard time giving without putting an attachment to it. It's hard to explain.
But this is getting deep. This is good, because there's the barrier of help me here, Jamie.
What I'm hearing is you don't think your parents would be supportive of your success. Like, they're skeptical, maybe.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely skeptical. And but that's something that, in my opinion, it's back to that same what other people think of me is none of my business philosophy that I have. Yeah. Growing up, when my parents showed any skepticism, I said, screw you, I'm doing it anyway. And that was the way I lived my life. And yeah, so it's kind of like in your face, I love, and my mom's gone, but I still have my dad, and my dad is one of my best friends. And we talk about that from time to time. He goes, man, I was scared to death to tell you couldn't do something, because you would just go and rub my nose in it, and I don't think now, if you reached that level of success that you want for you and your family, I would be willing to bet that your parents would be on your list of people that you want to help, and they would be benefiting, and that would take away all of that negativity and stuff that you've got attached to it. Of course, that would take a while, but
yeah.
I mean, you could see how much that made Dave Wood feel so happy when he could get everybody to the wedding and make it awesome event, and you know, of course, like that's a great thing to be able to do. But and every little bit, I mean, from that extravagance to,
And you don't have to be as rich as Dave Wood to do those kinds of things. I'm sorry, you don't.
That's what I mean. Like that's so extreme version.
Yeah. You don't have to be that rich. You can do those great things for your family without going crazy and over the top. And them seeing, and you know, part of, I think with my dad anyway, and I'm sure it's the same with your parents, part of that negativity that you get from them is because they're trying to protect you from failure. They don't want to see you fall down again. And so they're trying to protect you by holding you down. Does that make sense?
Yes, completely.
Okay. And you're never going to do that to your kids, right?
No.
It's a different generation. I'm telling you, it's a different generation, a different mentality.
There's just seems to be a greater awareness, a consciousness that it's like conscious parenting.
Right.
I don't know. Now yeah. So I don't know. All I can do. My mom always says it's every generation's job to do a better job than the previous, and so.
And that's true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Can only build on what you already know. I mean, our parents did the best they could with what they had, and you guys are doing the same for your kids, and your kids will do the same for their kids, and so on.
And
right?
I mean, I don't know about you and your husband, Greta, but me and my husband talk to each other about each other's childhood a lot. Now that we're going through certain stages with our kids, now that we have a teenager, we're remembering when we were teenagers. And the difference between his parents and my parents is so big. Like, he comes from such a different scene than me. And so we have all these experiences that we don't really want to tell the kids, really. But we want them to learn from them, so we have to sort of figure out how to teach them not to do the mistakes that we made.
I know, it's hard.
Like, it's really complicated. Yeah. I have like a 14-year-old who's really not happy in high school right now.
It's the old do as I say, not as I do routine.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like they don't want to see the hypocrite. You know, it's like, don't be on the computer all day. Where's mom? Oh, she's been on the computer all day. No, it's different. I swear. I'm doing different stuff. I'm not playing World of Warcraft. You know? But that's,
yeah.
You know, that's what goes on. But, yeah, no, but seriously, it is very, it's important to know that basically you have, the people that you are going to be behind you are behind you. And I think that brings you to that loving mirror thing, where your parents, if they're not going to be your loving mirror, and I have a lot of issues with that too, like my mom, if she's, you know, if they're not going to be your loving mirror, then don't waste your energy worrying about it. You know, it's that wussy, that's the wussy. Those are the wussies that flutter around you, and they're like annoying, and you have to, that's the dump list. When you're doing your dump list, okay, you dump all that out, and you say, I am a good wife, and you say, you know, all the things that you are good and all the things that you don't want to have happen. I have sister issues up the wazoo. Okay, I don't ever even talk to my sister, and we're 14 months apart. I mean, it's just, so you're going to achieve these goals with or without your parents' blessing, with or without your sister's blessing, because you're going to fluff away all the doubts about their opinion of what you do.
Yeah.
That's your job, is to be a powerful person and a powerful woman and a powerful mom and a really powerful wife, so that you can support your family.
Yeah.
So what's the value of all that for you personally? Dig deep. We're going to ask you it like 3 more times.
Are we there already?
Did you talk about your advantages?
No.
We talked about your disadvantages.
Right.
Let's talk about my advantages.
Let's talk about your advantages, and then we're going to get you in the end.
Well, you know, going back to my parents, I do know that deep down, I believe that they want me to be successful, and I should say, when I get to that place and that level of achievement, there's going to be no denying it. They're going to see it. Kind of like the story about Lawrence Tam and his parents, you know, and his dad.
Yeah.
I was there.
Finally, he was there, and he finally, yeah, you were there.
It was awesome.
Saw it and experienced it, and I think you got to be stupid not to realize, you know, like my kid is happy and they're hugely successful and they're taking care of their family, and isn't this initially what I always wanted? Really, deep down, for my kids to just be successful and happy? Yes. And to not feel like you have to take care of them or bring them home again or whatever it is. And so advantages. Oh, just to, I think I need to change my focus, because I've been so focused on getting off of assistance that I need to focus on making $10,000 a month.
Exactly.
Out of my head.
That's it.
Right. And also just know that, you know, with your kids, it's like their happiness is going to come from your happiness.
Oh, it totally does. It's
and they're, you know, they're not judging. That's what's the cool thing about kids. That's what I've kind of figured out, is that, you know, they don't really judge you. They may make fun of you, okay? Because I'm called the fashion disaster a lot, okay? And my 14-year-old they're like, it's sarcasm city over here. But it's all in love, and it's like an unconditional thing, you know, and you don't even realize that until you finally have this moment, you know, because you don't realize how much your parents did that until you're like, wow, I'm doing that now, you know, and then you're like, wow, my mom put up with a lot. Oh my God. Like, now I'm like coming to the realization, like, my mom was a single mom, and my dad was a total asshole, and I was like a drug maniac. I mean, the stuff that my mom put up with, just to know that I was alive. And you know, and then like, you've got to support them. So yeah, so they've got to be proud of you. And that's what I think is really important. And that's what a lot of these moms have been saying in these things, is just having their moms be proud of them, them being proud of them. So what are you going to achieve, baby? What's your values?
Like, aren't we on what does this mean for me?
Yeah.
What does it mean for you? Number one is, which of your values will be achieved by creating this outcome?
Well, family values, I guess. I don't really. This is a
try thinking of that $10,000 a month income and what it will create for you, like financial independence.
Yes, financial.
You know, those kinds of things. Peace of mind, joy. You know, things that are important to you.
Yeah, contentment. That's a big one for me, and it always has been.
Contentment.
Peace within myself.
Yeah.
And contentment, and
so you're looking for that because you're not feeling that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been really working on honing in on living in the moment and Like yesterday, I went out after we had our call, and I felt so good about what we did and what you did, and actually realizing what we have here in this group.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, God, this is awesome. I can now go out and just go and enjoy my time with my kids completely and not worry about anything. And just because I have what I need, I have the vehicle, and it's there, it's waiting for me when I get home, and I can just go and do this now. And yeah, that was awesome. We went to the wave pool for like 6 hours or 5 hours or something, and
it's great.
And had a blast.
And wore them all out.
Yeah.
Most important part.
It was good. It was good, and feeling alive. A lot of my life, I didn't feel like living, and before I became a mom, there was so many years where every day I contemplated suicide, every day, and I was consumed completely by it. I lost my dad to suicide when I was 12.
Wow.
And in some ways that I feel it gave me strength as much as it pulled me down, because it created this lack of value within myself, this lack of worthiness, because, well, why else would he do that? I mean, obviously, at that, being a 12-year-old girl, I wasn't worth it. Or I did something wrong, and so that's another, and I struggled with an eating disorder for 10 years, and in and out of the hospital all the time, and I attempted suicide and ended up getting really sick and ended up in the hospital and never told anybody. And
what do you mean your family didn't know about it?
No. There was a period of time in my life where I was when my father did that, it was like a bomb went off and we all shattered, and we were all alone in our different grieving processes. My life was just very chaotic growing up and very abusive in any and every which way possible, and I was the youngest and just sort of floated around and went through everything and tried to pick up all the pieces and take care of everybody, and just lived in this sort of silence, because I mean, I couldn't share it with anybody at school. And school was just a complete write-off for me. I dropped out in grade 9. I completed grade 8 in summer school, and that was it for me for school. And started traveling, and yeah, I mean, there's lots of bits and pieces, but it was when I became pregnant with my daughter that there was just a complete shift within myself. And I was able to very quickly do a lot of healing. And I was in a terrible relationship with her father at the time, but I just focused on gaining health, gaining strength, inner peace. I just wish, and I thought of these things, love and contentment, and like within myself constantly, every single day, every moment of every day, and I completely embraced this being inside myself and completely connected with this growing child, and that was it for me. And that is why, like, my children mean just as children do any parent, but I have this connection to them, to what that means to me, that is so powerful. Like, she having my daughter saved my life. I would not be here. I would not be here today.
That's exactly what I was getting from that whole process you just went through. Is she saved you, and you guys are each other's saving grace. And you know, she wouldn't be here if it wasn't for, you know, you digging deep and looking for peace and looking for contentment. And you know, I mean,
and that life is what you value the most, Greta.
Absolutely. That's awesome, Greta. Thank you so much for sharing that, because I know that was hard.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was really good.
I was looking at the questions here.
That's okay.
What will this outcome help you avoid feeling?
Unworthy, unsuccessful, feeling unintelligent.
Yeah.
That's a big one for me. I always
feeling like you're not
smart enough. I always used to tell myself I was stupid. Always. I always really truly believed that I had some severe, like, intelligence issues, lack of intelligence, and I wrote, so I'm just gonna look at what else I wrote.
That's getting pretty deep.
My feeling like the choices I have made in my life have, like, I'm always making the bad choices. Like, I'm always making the wrong choices. And that will help me avoid feeling that way.
Got it.
Big time.
That's a good one.
Because it's not only me, it's not only myself that has felt that way and felt guilt for, you know, having a child with an alcoholic, or having, you know, like, just all these different scenarios, like having, you know, so many kids with so many different dads. Yay! This is my second kid with one dad, so that's good. That's
oh, you're so cute.
Hey man, you got to find the successes wherever you can.
But my family, you know, my family has also, like, fed that feeling of I'm making bad choices. The wrong choices. Because, and even now where, you know, I'm just like, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm walking around my life and living my life unconscious or something, and just sort of sleepwalking through. But because I always know that no matter what, especially now being a parent, I don't give myself the choice to give up. It's just not an option in my world, in my life. It's just not. If I don't feel like getting out of bed, well, too bad. I have to get out of bed.
Right.
You know, I only have one choice, and that is to succeed and to create the life that my family and my children deserve. That's just it.
Right. That's right.
So sorry, I went off track a little bit there.
No, you didn't. You were fine.
No, that was perfect. So the last question.
Oh yeah, sorry. And one of the big things for me as well is it will help me to not feel like I'm not living my life to my full potential.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
that's an important one. Yeah.
Because everybody has a tremendous amount of potential. We all do.
Right.
And there's so few of us who utilize it. And I basically think it just comes down to confidence and
Mm-hmm.
and how you view yourself. So.
Right.
What's the next one?
Last question.
I'm shaking. I can barely
You're
talk.
purging. You're just purging. When you've achieved your outcome, what will that mean for you?
So much. Oh my God. It will mean that
You just said it, really.
it will just mean everything to it will help me feel worthy. It will help me feel valued by myself, for my, like,
Yeah.
Greta is going to value herself. Greta is going to respect herself. Respect is huge for me. Huge. I don't think I've given myself much respect, and I don't receive it because of that. And because I'll be in that place of respect and value and self-worth, my children will begin their own process of that even more so.
Right.
I've seen a shift within my daughter, and to see that grow even more so, like I just have my one girl, and the rest of the gang are all boys, and
Oh, wow.
that's fine. That's fine. But I
Girls are different.
it's and I just, for me, it's really important for my daughter to see me taking care of myself,
Yes.
me valuing myself, respecting myself, loving myself, giving to myself.
Yep.
Because she needs to do that for her, and she needs to show people that she deserves that from them.
That's right.
It just
Awesome.
to be a little bit easier or different for women than it is for men in that way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I think so.
I think so too.
We have a tendency to undervalue ourselves because we're so busy taking care of everybody else.
Right.
And when my mother was always running around taking care of everybody, she wasn't taking care of herself. And it's just so many things come from that. There's resentment, and there's frustration, and there's sadness, and there's
Rage.
just well-being issues, rage. Exactly. And my mom was Sicilian, so coming from Italian family also, it's like yikes. But you know what I mean?
Jokes all the time.
Yeah. So no, you're right on the money with that whole women, you need to teach your daughters to respect themselves and expect to be respected.
Big time.
I think that's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
So here's the question, phrased again. Now that you recognize that you need to be respecting yourself and treating yourself with, just differently than you ever have, and that you want to be a good model for your daughter, what does that, when you've achieved your outcome, what will that mean for you? When you've achieved that and you've set that example, what's that going to mean for you?
I'll feel like I fulfilled a major purpose. I'll feel like I've given I feel it's important to be a guide for my children when they're young, and this is the only opportunity I have to be their guide, because eventually they just won't listen to me anymore. And they'll just be guiding themselves. And I just want to build that foundation for them, and I want them to I'll just feel good.
There you go.
Feel happy. I'll feel proud. I'll feel like I have accomplished one of the most important jobs in the world.
Why is someone calling here so late? Sorry.
I'll feel like I made a difference. I'll feel like I made an impact on the rest of my kids' lives. I'll feel like I set them up for success.
Right.
Which was initially what you said you wanted to do, right?
Right.
There you go.
So see, it's not the whole world.
It wasn't that big, broad picture. It was just this little universe that you live in right there.
Yeah.
That's the most important one for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Really good.
You did really good.
Oh,
Really good.
Okay, now we're getting late here, so I think we should hustle. So I'm going to switch the camera. I finally figured out how to stop the camera from bouncing around, you guys. You can actually click on the person who's talking, and it won't keep bouncing off.
Okay.
Now,
So
we can
every
also
time we make
take
any
a break
noise.
and do, I mean, I don't know. Well, you have to work.
We have to end broadcast, and I do have to work in the morning, so
Okay.
I won't be able to do it tomorrow. Are you okay still to keep talking, Greta?
I'm okay, yeah.
Okay, you, Lisa?
Elle, what's up? Who's on the phone? Nobody. I didn't answer it. No. You want to sleep? Are we being loud? Yes. All right. I can put my headphones on. Okay. I will do that. Okay. You can come say goodnight. Here. Say hi to Eloise.
Hi there.
That's Eloise.
Hi, Eloise.
Oh, that's my little 21-month-old has a little girlfriend, and her name is Eloise. And that was the first time I'd ever met an Eloise.
She's like the only Eloise we know. Well, we know maybe one other one.
You're beautiful.
She is beautiful. And you know, my middle name is Louise, and I understand you were named after a Louise.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about that.
So, very cool name. It took me a long time to like that name, but now it's part of me. So,
Yeah.
it's a good name. You got a great name, and you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Bed with you, darling. Nighty. Nighty. Nighty.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Close the door, darling.
Okay. All right.
My mom and my sister's middle names are Louise as well.
Really? Sweet. Yay.
Crazy.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let me just get a little cup of water.
You did a great job there, girl.
Thank you.
Don't you feel like that was far more what you were trying to dig out? We dug it out of you, you know.
Yeah, we did dig it out of her.
It was really good.
Good.
My legs are shaking. My teeth are chattering.
You probably won't sleep tonight. Either you won't sleep at all because your mind will be going a million miles a minute, or you'll sleep like a rock.
Dude, you gotta
because
cut a
you're
video.
feeling like you got it out.
You gotta cut a video.
We'll see. Let's just hope my kids sleep through the night, and then I'll be able to sleep like a rock.
There you go.
Cut a video, like after we hang up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just being excited, yeah.
Yeah, just a 2-second thing, 2-minute thing.
Okay.